Today, we're going to be focusing on the scrapped Helluva Hazbin episodes. These are Helluva Hazbin episodes that were planned, but ultimately didn't make the cut, and they're all Season 2.
Ooh, the first one is Sir Pentious Golf War. That was the placement name. However, by the time the episode was scrapped, there was no official name. This episode was supposed to be Season 2, Episode 5.
At this point in time, yes, Robofizz and Sir Pentious were on bad terms, but the episode would have started out with Sir Pentious going to Robofizz and asking him to rejoin his team one last time with the two clones and some aircraft to take down the hotel once and for all in a sneaky plan. Now, in the episode 4 of Season 2, Robofizz was attacked and powered off by Pentious. That part at the ending of that episode would have never been, in it. As for this episode going on, like the episode suggested, Sir Pentious would go to the hotel and set up a golfing tournament, claiming that he was good with the hotel now and he would no longer attack them. So, while some people, like Vaggie, would be skeptical, Sir Pentious would have set up that whole golfing tournament. So, while all of us were playing golf outside on the deck, yes, it would be nighttime, Sir Pentious snuck inside the hotel, and basically what he'd do is he'd steal and sneak the deed to the hotel in a fake golf ball and enclose it. However, when he went outside, Charlie and the others confused it for a real one, so they started hitting it around, and all of a sudden, it broke, and the deed was found, and Pen's cover was blown.
After that, Sir Pentious, Robofizz, and the two clones and Robofizz sitting in aircraft, would have all attacked. However, like usual, they lost, and Fizz basically broke up with that little snake guy at the end, so they were no longer teammates, again, by the end of the episode. Husk was also supposed to fight the aircraft in the air due to him having wings. This wouldn't have been an important episode, but it was more of a joke one that was an inside joke for the creators.
After this episode was cut, there was another scrapped Season 2 Episode 5, that being an episode called Hotel Suite.
As the title hints at, this episode is about Sweet Cheeks, and what he does in this episode is he goes to the hotel and stays there. He causes some trouble, makes a few Italian dishes, but in the end, he leaves. Now, this episode was made before it was ultimately decided that Sweet Cheeks would stay at the hotel. The reason for this is the creator, the person who's voicing me, wasn't too sure on adding an original character to the hotel's main cast. However, it was decided that yes, Sweet Cheeks would be added to the cast at the end of the season. So this episode really didn't have a point if Sweet Cheeks was going to stay at the hotel anyway. Also, Sir Pentious' crush with Sweet Cheeks would have been a bigger thing in this episode, but he would have eventually found out that Sweet Cheeks was a man by the end. The second to last scrapped episode is called Starfall and Killer. It starred Octavia joining IMP and killing with them and learning how to. This episode would have been Season 2, Episode 6. Now that's the Striker episode, but this was the original plan before Striker was written into the season.
The episode would have started with my dear daughter Octavia running away from home after getting into an argument with me at the palace. Octavia, not liking Blitz too much, wanted to join IMP and see what's so special about him. So, her, the Hellhound, and the other imps would go off to Earth for various hits. And basically what would happen is she'd start out small with killing, however eventually she'd get good at it and end up doing a good job at her final kill of the episode. And at the end, basically, she'd reunite with me and we'd have a heartfelt moment and I'd fly off with her.
This episode wasn't completely scrapped, however. As in Season 2, Episode 9, the Queen Beelzebub episode, the beginning with Stolas and Octavia getting into an argument at the palace was added in the beginning. It wasn't about really Stolas, it was more about Beelzebub and going to parties and being let alone out into the wild. And the ending with Stolas and Octavia having that heartfelt moment was added into the end of the Beelzebub episode, before Arachnus' reveal at the end. Now, it was a bit different, of course, but even though it was a different topic, it was still taken from that episode. That's why Octavia went on a hit with Luna and the others at the beginning, because she really got there early because she ran away from her dad and killed someone. So, that was basically a homage to that scrapped plan.
The final one wasn't really considered much. It was more of a joke said out loud, and it was thought of for a couple days. This was all the way back in Helluva Hazbin Season 1. Season 1, Episode 2 would have pictured Husk basically drinking a bunch of alcohol and having some sort of seizure-looking thing. Husk would have then been rushed to the hospital, but in the end, it was revealed that it was just something Husk does because of, how much he loves alcohol. And I do love my Husky, and it was going to be a very humorous episode. But this episode never made the cut. It was never really thought of for more than a couple days, and instead the episode would be around Stolas, Octavia, and, that weird scene, which people have been noticing when Sir Pentious kidnaps Octavia in the bathroom. But other than that, those are all the scrapped episodes we can reveal so far.